You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. They mean well, but they sit on the side. Ooh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. You be sitting at home. That's mine, you know?
He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. Everybody was Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth.
Katt Williams has confirmed Bernie Mac's claims about how evil the comedy industry allegedly is. For context, a recently resurfaced video of Bernie Mac making the same claims as Katt about the shady underbelly of the comedy industry has been making rounds on the socials. In the video, Bernie Mac warns comedians against sharing their jokes with other comedians. Following the resurfacing of this warning by Mac, fans are now convinced that Katt Williams was speaking the truth when he claimed that certain elites in the comedy industry have been stealing from other comedians. In his interview on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Katt Williams discussed his role in the film Friday After Next. He accused Smiley of lying about being originally cast as Money Mike, a role that was ultimately given to Williams. According to Williams, Smiley had a bad attitude on set too. He recalls him consistently arguing that the role should have gone to him, telling anyone who'd listen. Williams claims that he even had a contract created stating that he wouldn't work alongside Smiley again unless he was wearing a dress. He went on to note that Smiley's next movie was First Sunday, in which he wears a dress. What's more, Williams also accused Cedric of stealing one of his jokes, among other insults, during a sit-down on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast. He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know. The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice, Williams claimed. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience, he comes backstage, he tells me what a great job I did, and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the original Kings of Comedy, and he's doing it verbatim. He just changed my car into a spaceship. Shortly after that interview went live, Cedric took to social media to respond to the diss. Revisionist history. Regardless of whatever Katt's opinion is, my career can't be reduced to one joke Katt Williams claims is his, the barbershop star wrote on Instagram. I've been in over 40 movies, and my specials and brand speaks volumes for who I am. The people I have put on includes Cat in the Hat at the Gibson Amphitheater. Cedric added, and all that tough talk is corny as F. I'm a grown man and none of that is gonna go like you think. You do you, and I got this over here. For context, speaking on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams seemingly responded to Cedric, who denied that he stole the joke when he was on Shannon Sharpe's podcast in 2022. He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know, Williams said. The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice. It had done so well on BET's Comic View that they made it part of the commercial. The actor-comedian continued, "This is not just a random joke. This is my best joke, and it's my last joke, and it's my closing joke. 1998, I'm doing this joke. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. He comes backstage. He tells me what a great job I did and how much he loves the joke. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the original Kings of Comedy, and he's doing it verbatim. He just changed my car into a spaceship." Cedric previously claimed on the Club Shay Shay podcast in November 2022 that he thought it was ridiculous that Williams was upset and denied that he stole one of the comedian's jokes. "I've seen this guy Williams 30 times. Like, if you literally was that upset about it, like, why didn't you say nothing? Like, that don't even make sense," Cedric said at the time. "This is some internet-ish, and that's all I can say. So, when I responded to him, he didn't respond back to me and I left it at that." Well, Katt Williams certainly shook the table with his appearance on Club Shay Shay on January 4th, but he saved most of his vitriol for Steve Harvey. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had, he said in the interview. Now, Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit, and then he gets this high-top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. He continued, "Then you ask him, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star." This the same end that hated on Bernie Mac with this same thing. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asked for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You have to have range. Following this, Williams also revealed why he turned down a role in the original Kings of Comedy. "I know the truth. You think Emma let you ish on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Why? Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last was because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour," Williams added.
And y'all thought y'all had one over on him. You thought he was black and ugly, and you were good looking, and he couldn't make it 'cause you did. And that ain't the way comedy works. The king is the funniest.
Now, one person who seemingly agreed with Katt Williams' claims was Ed Lover. The legendary DJ recently took to his podcast, Come On Son, to corroborate Williams' claim that Steve Harvey did some hating on his fellow King of Comedy performer, Bernie Mac. Williams goes on to say that he was supposed to be one of the kings of comedy, that they approached him after Bernie passed. Lover recaps in the episode, but he didn't want to go on the Kings of Comedy tour because of Steve Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. He has a lot of respect for Bernie Mac. Lover went on to explain that he had been friends with Mac until his dying day, and that Mac told him the same story about Harvey as well. The stuff that Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Ocean's 11, and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth. I believe Bernie Mac when he said Steve Harvey hated on him, he concluded. Now, this is not the first time that Katt Williams has spoken about the late comedian Bernie Mac. In a previous interview with Vlad TV, Katt Williams delved deep into the enigmatic life of Bernie Mac, alleging that the Hollywood moguls who reaped massive profits from his success actually harbored a seething hatred for him.
I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts. And that was our king. That was our real king.
Despite the widespread perception of Mac as a comedic titan, his journey unfolded more like a twisted narrative than a fairy tale. Williams' eyebrow-raising assertions allude to a murky plot, casting Bernie Mac as a casualty in Hollywood's unrelenting pursuit of wealth, with alleged puppeteers profiting off his skills while treating him disdainfully. As Williams delved into the narrative's layers, he floated the notion that the rise and fall of Bernie Mac might have been choreographed by invisible orchestrators. The accusations are jolting. Purportedly, Mac's successes were not the result of authentic industry support, but rather a strategic maneuver to exploit his abilities for financial advantage. Katt Williams spared no words in articulating the covert manipulation that could have played a role in concluding Bernie Mac's story on a tragic note. Furthermore, he shed light on how Hollywood elites manipulate the storyline to suit their own agendas.
Not how it went down, not how it ended up, because sometimes the victors rewrite history, but by the same token, God is there for us, and sometimes his best gift to us is getting us out.
For context, in the year 2000, a comedic spectacle graced the spotlight, inducing fits of laughter and etching its legacy into the annals of stand-up history. Directed by the visionary Spike Lee, the original Kings of Comedy featured the uproarious talents of Steve Harvey, D.L. Hewley, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac, shot over 2 unforgettable nights in Charlotte, North Carolina. This comedic masterpiece not only delved into the intricacies of African-American culture, race relations, religion, and family, but also left an enduring mark on the comedy landscape. At the forefront of this laughter-infused odyssey was the charismatic Steve Harvey, famed for his role in The Steve Harvey Show. On stage, Harvey shed his sitcom persona, unleashing a torrent of humor generously seasoned with profanity. As the master of ceremonies, Harvey delivered 3 succinct sets, each a comedic roller coaster ride through his unique perspective. Harvey's closing set exemplified a masterclass in audience interaction, playfully appropriating a coat from an unsuspecting spectator while humorously questioning the unlikely profession of its thuggish-looking owner. Expanding on his upbringing within the church, Harvey entertainingly critiqued the inefficiency of black church building funds and regaled the audience with anecdotes of Sister Odell's comical hymn singing, punctuated with snippets from popular television theme songs. Following Harvey's uproarious sets was D.L. Hewley, star of The Hewleys, whose comedic finesse lay in astute observations on Black American family dynamics, particularly those rooted in the South. Hewley skillfully navigated the disparities between Black and white experiences, humorously asserting that activities like skydiving were off-limits to Black individuals, given the inherent risks they faced in daily life. The comedian introduced the audience to the comical game of Helicopter Man and shared a rib-tickling tale involving skid-marked undergarments hidden in his laundry. Cedric the Entertainer, Harvey's co-star on The Steve Harvey Show, positioned himself as the comedian most attuned to the younger demographic. His routine revolved around the dichotomy between the hope factor and the wish factor, humorously highlighting the contrasting outlooks of white and Black individuals. As a grown man, Cedric humorously reflected on the transition from immature behavior to responsible adulthood, all while cheekily denying alleged joke theft from Katt Williams. Addressing topics ranging from the hypothetical anger of a black president facing a Monica Lewinsky question to the prospect of black people migrating to the moon, Cedric showcased his versatility. His love for Jamaican music and humorous take on problem-solving in their lyrics added an extra layer of entertainment. Bernie Mac, the most autobiographical of the quartet, turned his comedy inward, delivering punchy attacks on himself. His routines touched on his decreased S-drive, preference for quick encounters, and unapologetic approach to child rearing, where he asserted his willingness to F a young person up if necessary. Mac's extensive routine explored the challenges of raising his fictional sister's children, laying the groundwork for his future hit series, The Bernie Mac Show. A poignant story unfolded as Mac recounted his mentally challenged nephew's struggles with a stuttering bus driver. The set concluded with Mac's exploration of the versatility of the swear word MF, transforming it from a noun to an adjective and even into a split infinitive. His impact on comedy was unmistakable, and his routines lingered in the minds of audiences long after the laughter subsided. The original Kings of Comedy was more than a film. It evolved into a cultural phenomenon that transcended racial boundaries, uniting audiences in laughter. The film's success paved the way for numerous spin-offs, attesting to the enduring influence of its four comedic maestros. However, beneath the surface of this showbiz success lurked some undisclosed dark secrets. For starters, hushed rumors, which have circulated for years, hint that Mac's career might not have reached its full potential due to alleged tensions amongst these comedians. Cedric, who was a part of the tour along with D.L. Hewley, Steve Harvey, and Bernie Mac, confirmed that the two comedians did not see eye to eye. Yeah, I mean, they were the kind of guys that they both alpha males. They just saw it different, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they was able to get through it, he said while on Shannon Sharp's podcast club Shay Shay. Cedric added that because of the feud, it had prevented them from doing another tour. I think, of course, that was, definitely a contributing circumstance, but I also think that it had a lot to do with the promoter on the thing because he got a bigger head than all of us. The dude that put us all together started to really think was about him, so it started to be that. So it was a lot of those kinds of elements.
Is that one of the reasons why you didn't do? You did the first part, and then the second part.
I think, of course, that was, definitely a contributing circumstance.
In 2003, Mac had an interview with GQ magazine where he accused Harvey of being jealous of him and trying to sabotage him for certain movie roles. Harvey acknowledged his feelings about the GQ article and admitted his anger about it. "I was upset at first because it just wasn't true," said Harvey. "Me and Bernie had a lot of good times together, and then this article in GQ came out and put all this vicious stuff in there." Harvey also acknowledged that he spoke with Mac about the interview. B said he never said it. "I had to take him at his word for it." After Mac's passing, Harvey revealed that his widow, Rhonda McCullough, helped him get beyond the feud. "Rhonda, of all people, knows the truth. It was a cleansing moment for me because I was able to let go of a lot of stuff. No one knows what was actually behind the beef." However, Harvey's admission of having a cleansing moment might imply that something was there indeed. Following all this, there have been resurfaced videos and posts on X, which have fans revisiting Harvey's past beef with fellow comedian Mark Curry, who accused him of stealing his material. Curry accused Harvey of stealing his jokes during an appearance on The Mike and Donnie Show back in 2019, where he was asked, "So what's up with you and Steve, man?" He replied, "Ain't nothing with me. Steve stole my material for his show, so I had a beef on that." Curry went on to say that he received a phone call telling him that Harvey was telling his material on Harvey's BS talk show. "He did my whole Halloween run," said Curry, "and I know he didn't think of it. This is true stuff that really happened to me. And so my thing is, you didn't have to do that, homeboy. So, you made enough money, You made enough money, you did enough, Why are you on my material?" And then people want to jump up and say, "He didn't steal your material." Yes, he did. Anyway, as for Bernie Mac, his career was coupled with lots of struggle with sabotage and demands from elites who allegedly wanted him to fail. But during the final years of his illustrious career, Bernie Mac confronted not just the demands of showbiz, but also a hidden battle with severe sarcoidosis, a perplexing ailment characterized by inflammation in the body's tissues. This revelation marked a poignant turning point in the life of the beloved comedian, as he grappled with the relentless challenges posed by his health while striving to continue his remarkable journey in the world of entertainment. On March 19, 2007, during an appearance on the CBS Late Show with David Letterman, Bernie Mac made an announcement that would reverberate throughout the entertainment industry. With candor and a hint of resignation, he shared his decision to retire from the career that had spanned 3 decades. He expressed his desire to savor life outside the spotlight spotlight, revealing how he yearned to relish the simple joys he had missed along the way. "I'm going to still do my producing, my films," Mac told Letterman, "but I want to enjoy my life a little bit." In his heartfelt conversation with Letterman, Bernie Mac reflected on his early days as a street performer, recalling a time when he was just a struggling artist honing his craft. "I missed a lot of things, you know," he confided to Letterman. "I was a street performer for 2 years. I went into clubs in 1977 and was on the road 47 weeks out of the year." Despite the toll that his extensive career had taken on him, Bernie Mac remained a formidable presence in the film industry during these final years. He etched his name in cinematic history with a memorable appearance in the 2007 blockbuster Transformers, where he portrayed the charismatic car salesman Bobby Bolivia. Additionally, his distinctive voice graced the animated world as he lent his talents to the character of Zuba, Alex the Lion's long-lost father, in Madagascar, Escape to Africa. Notably, Bernie Mac's last 2 film endeavors, Soul Men, a musical comedy where he co-starred alongside Samuel L. Jackson, and Old Dogs, in which he played the role of Jimmy Lunchbox, continued to captivate audiences months after his passing. Tragically, on July 19, 2008, Bernie Mac's health took a sharp decline, necessitating his admission to Northwestern Memorial Hospital in his beloved hometown of Chicago. For 3 grueling weeks, he battled the complications in the intensive care unit. However, in the early morning hours of August 9, 2008, Bernie Mac succumbed to a cardiac arrest, leaving a void in the world of comedy and entertainment. Following his tragic demise, many comedians spoke up about all the struggles that Bernie Mac had faced in the industry. And one of these comedians who spoke up was Reginald Ballard. According to Ballard, Bernie was also being overworked by Hollywood.
Well, you had said that you felt like they worked him to death because he was doing Ocean's 11 at the time?
I believe so, man.
Reginald Ballard, who shared the screen with Bernie Mac in the star-studded ensemble of Ocean's 11, spoke candidly about the toll that Hollywood's relentless demands took on the beloved comedian. Ballard recounted that during the production of Ocean's 11, Bernie Mac confided in his fellow cast members about the exhaustive schedule he was enduring. "He told us that he was doing so much," Ballard revealed. "When Brad Pitt broke his ankle and production had to be delayed, it cut into Bernie's time for other projects like Guess Who. He had to rush and try to do a lot of stuff, and he felt that they didn't understand that it wasn't his fault."
They put him in a compromising position that he really didn't want to be in.
This revelation sheds light on the grueling pace at which Bernie Mac was forced to operate, juggling multiple film projects and promotional commitments back to back. The pressures of maintaining a demanding work schedule while navigating health issues began to take a toll on the comedian's well-being. Ballard further disclosed that Bernie Mac's health was a constant concern during the filming of Ocean's 11. The actor had been hospitalized prior to shooting due to health complications and was taking medications, including prednisone, which caused noticeable changes in his appearance. "You know, we used to do a scene, and he had to go upstairs to his dressing room to get oxygen," Ballard recalled. "He'd come back and do the scene again. He was basically working while he was sick." Additionally, there were speculations that Bernie was overworking himself so as to prove his value in the industry. In any case, although Hollywood allegedly sabotaged his career, Bernie Mac's journey was one of resilience, laughter, and undeniable talent. His enduring impact on the world of comedy and entertainment continues to be felt, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, his indomitable spirit and humor shone through, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of fans and colleagues alike. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.